I think it's important that they do right.
There he is, the great coach Gene Stallings. Welcome back to The Score. Bill Jones along with Coach Stallings, one of his players at Alabama, George Teague, on this Gene Stallings' 90th birthday today. Happy birthday, Coach Stallings, there in Paris, Texas. And I know Coach Stallings means a whole lot to you, George.
He does. He was very impactful on me and my wife, as a matter of fact. Our whole family just, happy birthday, Coach. I get the chance to talk to you every now and again. I just want to say that we appreciate you so much because of what you have done.
Of course, back in the 50s, he was a member of the Junction Boys at Texas A&M as a player, playing for Bear Bryant. He became the Texas A&M's head coach in the 60s. He was a Cowboys assistant coach for some 14 years, from 1972 to 1985. And after a stint as the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, he became the head coach at Alabama. He coached George Teague there. We had the opportunity, George, to view a great documentary that was put together by a couple of professors at Alabama, Dr. Chandra Clark and Dr. Michael Bruce, and it's called Do Right, the Stallings Standard. Let's show you a little clip here from that documentary.
The greatest reflection on the success of any coach is what his players say about him.
A great football coach, without question. He really modeled to me how to be a champion coach, a champion father, a champion husband, how to serve the community.
The perfect assistant coach to two of the greatest ever. Then he wins a national championship, and then he took what most people, especially at the time Johnny was born, would be a crisis, and turned it into a complete positive. And because of that, he's changed the way we look at special needs kids, especially Down syndrome.
And of course, Gene Stallings' son, who he called his exceptional son, Johnny Stallings, and I know he captured the hearts of so many football fans across the time, and the commercials that they used to show during Cowboys games and Alabama, and the impact that John Mark had on so many people, and what Coach Stallings has had with the Rise Centers for special needs children, not only in Tuscaloosa, but Dabo started one there in Clemson. There's one in Austin, I think Mac Brown was a part of, here in Dallas-Fort Worth as well. What an impact that family has made.
Yes, and what an impact John Mark actually had on a lot of, I think people kind of missed that on the relationship that John Mark had with the players. He was in the locker room around us, always so happy, cheerful, just like it. They're the most competitive individuals to be around. If you haven't really been around people with Down syndrome, they're always smiling.
He used to give tours of the athletic facilities.
That's right, man. The biggest advocate for the game and for competition. And so, I'm just thankful to the opportunity I had to be able to know the entire Stallings family.
And of course, Johnny passed away at age 46 in 2008. We know what Coach Stallings' impact has been on you in your career, and now here George Teague, who's been the athletic director at John Paul II in Plano here for the last 5 years. You're going back to coaching. You're now the head coach once again at John Paul II, and your son, James, is a co-defensive coordinator on your staff.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited about that. Bringing the whistle back out, Bill, to be able to come in there, but it's very special to have my son be able to coach with me. We've worked together a very, very long time. He knows what I like to do, and he knows me. So this is going to be a fun venture for us to see if we can get our football team back to where we can go compete with, the big boys in our league.
Now, is that the same league that Jason Witten's team's in?
Nah, I figured you were going to bring that up. And we got some work to do to be able to catch him, but that's okay. I think while you're building, and I'm so thankful for the team that we have, the support that I'm getting from JP2 and the community, because it's going to take us a minute, but, as long as we build fast, smart, and physical people, we'll have the opportunity to go compete.
And here's the other thing. You probably tell your players, do right, the Stallings Standard,
absolutely, right? Absolutely. That is the most important piece on how you raise young men through the game of football.
All right, and I just discovered this tonight. We were talking earlier about the scouting combine, and I asked George. Of course, George was on that national champion team at Alabama, first-round draft pick. I asked him, so what was your 40 time at the combine? And it was what?
And I said 4.36. You know, I wasn't quite built like this. Back then, I didn't have to carry as much weight around, so I was pretty fast. That's why I was playing corner, Bill, in the beginning, you know, before I moved to safety, but primarily because of my speed.
Yeah. So what the Cowboys need to do, they need to draft some George Teagues. You know, guys that run a 4.36, right?
We do need that. You know, there's a lot that the Cowboys need to be able to do. And I think that they're on the right track. I just hope that we make a splash somewhere. We just need some excitement around the building so that the employees are happy, the fans are happy, and hopefully we can put together some wins because we do have to catch these other teams that are moving ahead of us.